Good morning, everyone. It is amazing to see all of you here today. I'm going to be honest, it's been a tough week for the state of Minnesota this week, and to have all of you gathered here today, unified in our passion for Minnesota's natural resources, to spend today together talking about what we can do for our natural resources for Minnesotans, I think is exactly the right way to end this week. So thank you so much for being here today. We have more than 400 of us gathered here today, and that is truly inspiring. And I think your presence says something very powerful. Minnesotans show up when it comes to conserving and protecting the natural places that we love. From our forests, prairies, lakes, and rivers, Minnesota's natural places don't just surround us, they shape who we are. They give us clean water and air, healthy fish, wildlife, and habitat, vibrant communities, places to learn, explore, and find peace. Our collective work to protect and manage these special places isn't simply about honoring what we inherited. It's about shaping a future that's resilient, fair, and thrives for generations to come. Today, as we talk about that future, we have the opportunity to learn from one another, to share ideas, and to build connections across disciplines, backgrounds, and regions of our state. Whether you're a scientist, a farmer, student, volunteer, nonprofit or recreational professional, policymaker, or someone who simply loves the outdoors, or several of the above, because we have many of you here, your voice and your presence matter. Today, you're giving your time, your curiosity, and your commitment to conservation. We're glad you're here, and we look forward to the conversations, collaboration, and momentum that will come from today's gathering. At last year's roundtable, we celebrated the broad support for conservation and natural resources following the overwhelming approval to renew the state's lottery-funded Environment and Natural Resources Trust Fund. Minnesotans have shown us time and time again that they value the work that we all do, and they are invested in the protection of our natural resources. But that particular ballot measure and the results, they were very loud and very clear. Last year, I challenged us to listen carefully to that message from Minnesotans at the polls, to view the ENRTF renewal as an opportunity and as our call to action. And that's why I am so proud to tell you today that at DNR, we did listen, we did find opportunity, and we did act. I want to share a little bit about some of those opportunities and actions from the past year. And as I do that, I want to note that success rarely arrives in one dramatic moment. More often, it's built step by step, quietly, action by action. American author Robert Collier captured this thought with these words: "Success is the sum of small efforts, repeated day in and day out." And that idea defines the story of our past year. Our accomplishments weren't the result of a single breakthrough or one bold move, but of consistent effort, steady progress, sometimes over years, and countless small wins that add up to something meaningful. Today, as we reflect on this year, we're not only celebrating these outcomes, we're honoring the dedication and collaboration that made these outcomes possible. As we reflect, I hope you'll see yourself and other Minnesotans in these accomplishments, because each of them was achieved, as our mission says, by working with Minnesotans. Minnesotans and visitors to our state continue to experience the transformative benefits of the $150 million Get Out More Modernized Outdoor Recreation Experiences Initiative launched in 2023. The work completed in 2025 is helping us better serve outdoor enthusiasts, connect more people to the outdoors, and ensure future generations will benefit from time spent in Minnesota's unparalleled natural places. I'm excited to share a few examples of Get Out More projects completed or in progress this year. We added 10 new all-terrain track chairs, which expanded the popular program to 24 state parks and recreation areas, so it's easier for people with mobility limitations to explore natural surface trails. For the state's wildlife management areas, we purchased 21 new hunting blinds and 5 hydraulic hunting blind trailers to provide a much-needed upgrade to accessible hunt offerings. At our public water accesses, we initiated engineering, design, and environmental review for 25 large-scale projects. Another 11 projects were under construction in 2025, and 5 projects are now complete. These projects are comprehensive upgrades, including new launch ramps, stormwater controls, and designated areas for aquatic invasive species management. So we're making it easier to get out on the water, and if fishing is what you like to do once you're out there, you'll be glad to know we are also making progress toward a state-of-the-art fish hatchery system. Design work is underway at the Waterville and Crystal Spring hatcheries. And at the New London hatchery, construction started on a new water supply line. If you prefer to catch fish from shore, there are already 17 completed shore fishing projects across the state. We know this is a great option for young people and families. We're also improving habitat for fish and wildlife, enhancing water recreation opportunities, while increasing Minnesota's resilience during extreme weather events. As one example, on the Pomme de Terre River, 3 outdated dams are being converted to rock arch rapids, reconnecting 53 miles of habitat while enhancing safety and angling opportunities. We'll be featuring an outdoor heritage-funded stream restoration project as part of today's program if you're interested in hearing more. I also encourage you to visit the display in the lobby for more specifics on Get Out More investments, including maps that show where projects are happening across the state where you live and recreate. Beyond our significant progress to implement the Get Out More initiative, DNR marked a number of other milestones in 2025. We were thrilled to work with the Conservation Fund, Northern Waters Land Trust, and several counties to finalize DNR's largest land acquisition in recent history. This action protects nearly 16,000 acres across a 10-acre area, a 10-county area, in northern Minnesota. These lands will expand existing wildlife management areas, scientific natural areas, and state forests. And stay tuned, because we're not done. There is more to come in 2026. 2025 marked the completion of a 4-year, $10 million project to restore and transform Perch Lake in the St. Louis River estuary. Delivered in partnership with the Minnesota Department of Transportation, Minnesota Land Trust, and the City of Duluth, this project transformed Perch Lake from a degraded bay into a thriving part of the estuary for fish, wildlife, and people. And speaking of long-term work, we recently completed Minnesota's Wildlife Action Plan for 2025 to 2035. This update to the state's prior Wildlife Action Plan is designed to guide, facilitate, and inspire conservation actions that protect the long-term health and resilience of Minnesota's rich biodiversity. Another great way Minnesotans engage in conservation is through our grant programs. In August 2025, DNR opened applications for a historic $11 million in grants to help communities plant, maintain, and protect trees across the state. These grants support local efforts to recover from emerald ash borer, increase species diversity, and build long-term urban forestry capacity. And the awards will be announced later this year. In June, we completed the Roseau River Wildlife Management Area Master Plan, the last of 7 new master plans for Minnesota's largest WMAs. These public-facing plans allow people to contribute to and understand management goals. And with the completion of the major unit plans, 40% of our WMA acreage now has a current management plan. Looking forward, we will develop a statewide plan that will cover the smaller WMAs. Tribal nations are critical partners in DNR's work. To help DNR be more effective in that important work, our Tribal Relations Office developed and launched DNR's first ever agency-specific tribal relations training, reaching more than 350 staff statewide in its inaugural year. These sessions provide a unique opportunity for staff to deepen their understanding of tribal sovereignty and strengthen relations with tribal governments. As we get more people connected to the outdoors, we're also ensuring they do so safely. 2025 marked a historic low in watercraft-related fatalities in Minnesota, despite the state's waterways becoming busier and the number of registered watercraft continuing to increase. As part of our For the Outdoors initiative, we continue to create a forward-looking funding strategy for conservation and outdoor recreation. In 2025, we engaged the public on the use and applications of fees as we plan for license modernization. We also developed a framework for an outdoor recreation endorsement. Essentially, when Minnesotans renew their tabs each year, they would have the option to contribute an amount to DNR that would serve as the state park entry fee and give us more stable and predictable funding for outdoor recreation and conservation work. We'll be presenting this framework to the legislature next week in a report, and you can hear more about the For the Outdoors initiative in a session today at 11:55. Finally, I would be remiss if I didn't note that we accomplished all of this work and more while also responding to extreme conditions. DNR staff responded to more than 1,000 wildfires statewide, including 3 major fires that burned more than 30,000 acres. Additionally, a severe windstorm in June damaged infrastructure and millions of trees across 4 northern counties. With our partners, we acted swiftly to address immediate threats and support recovery. While this list of accomplishments in 2025 is far from a complete accounting of DNR's work over the last year, I'm confident it demonstrates our commitment to working with Minnesotans and making steady progress over time. These accomplishments leave little doubt that our achievements reflect the values that Minnesotans hold. So in 2026, let's face the next opportunities together. As I mentioned, we are excited about the outdoor recreation endorsement and the potential opportunities for long-term funding support. Also coming in 2026, the DNR will launch and manage a new community grant program established as part of the Environment and Natural Resources Trust Fund renewal. This program is designed to provide funding for projects that protect, conserve, and enhance Minnesota's environment, with a focus on small organizations and communities affected by pollution. Grant awards will no doubt benefit communities all across our state. In 2026, we will also celebrate the 75th anniversary of the wildlife management areas and a legacy of conservation. WMAs are the backbone to DNR's wildlife management efforts in Minnesota, and we are excited to celebrate these special public lands with monthly events all year long. We hope you will join us in the celebration. A new year holds new promise, but promises only matter when we keep them together. Here in the land of 10,000 lakes, our forests, our prairies, our water, and our fish and wildlife don't belong to one person, one interest, one geography, or one generation. They belong to all of us. And Minnesota has never been built by one grand gesture, but by millions of small, everyday choices. Neighbors showing up, families caring, our conservation community taking one step at a time. So as this year begins, let's be clear. Conservation isn't something we wait on, or wish for. It's something we practice every day, right here, right now, today, and together. Today's sessions will give you that opportunity. From the conversation between Rob Drieslein and legislative chairs, to sessions on fish limits and the science behind them, shoreline stewardship strategies, and the future of fair chase, to the closing plenary and reception. I hope you will share your thoughts about the next steps that DNR can take. I hope you'll think about the steps you can take, and I hope you'll commit to the steps we can take together. I hope that you leave today feeling energized, motivated, and hopeful for the year to come. Once again, I thank you so much for being here today and for your shared commitment to the conservation of our natural resources. Thank you.